Hey, how's it going? It's Sam Frost here, and in this video, what I really quickly want to do is just give you a little bit of a tip for managing your Google Ads effectively. So one thing that you should make sure you are doing is checking your search terms regularly. Now, I've talked about this a number of times before, but it is really important to hammer home this point because ultimately, if you're not reviewing your search terms, you're going to be having people clicking your ads who aren't actually that interested in what you're selling, and it might be totally irrelevant traffic, and you've still got to pay for that. Now, what I will tend to find when I show this concept to business owners who are running their own Google Ads is they'll say, "Oh, it takes ages to go back through and check all the search terms for the last month, and I don't have the time for that." Or even worse, if they haven't done it in ages and they've got to do it over the quarter or the year or something like that. Well, one quick tip I can give is to actually change the date range you're looking at and do it more frequently, but basically do it more, with a shorter time frame. So, instead of having to look back over a whole month or a whole quarter or even a whole year because you're doing your search terms management infrequently, if you say, right, once a week on a Monday morning, I'm going to sit down and review the search terms for the last week, and you get into that habit and you schedule it into your calendar, you're probably going to be able to do it quite a bit faster. It's a little bit like learning to practice a musical instrument. Way back when I started high school, I was in this thing called a performance music program, which is where you went to school to learn how to do music better, basically, alongside all the normal stuff you learn, like maths and English. And I remember the music teacher we had saying, the best thing you can do with practice is not to practice just once every couple of weeks for 17 hours at a time until you fall asleep at the piano, but actually schedule in time to do a little bit of practice each day or every couple of days. So even if you only got 10 minutes a day or 20 minutes once every 3 days or something like that, that's a better way to practice the piano or guitar or drums or whatever you're learning. And exactly the same concept applies with reviewing your search terms in Google Ads. I think if you're doing it yourself, you will find it much easier to pencil in some time in your calendar once a week or ideally once every few days if you've got a sufficiently large account, and just review what search terms came through in the last week or the last few days since whenever you checked it last. Is it looking good? Other things we need to block? Are there trends I'm noticing that I need to be on top of? Are there good opportunities here that I haven't thought of to add as actual keywords? So don't set yourself a massive task that's going to be really hard to sort of retrospectively look back and manage. If you're sitting there thinking, man, I've got to go through a whole 6 months worth of keywords and search terms because I haven't done this in ages, it's far more likely you're going to procrastinate and put it off. So my tip really is to set a regular reminder, a regular calendar event, just to spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever you need, once a week ideally, just to go through and basically review those search terms. So yeah, hopefully you find that helpful. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.